again. Well, I went out there, tried to vote. I put that short clip up. I didn't title it yet. Man, apparently the votes are in. But like I say right over here, million for illegals. And I've been giving those tidbit clues to what I meant by that. Because it's been like 40 something years. I have 27 years of recovery, 47 years of watching what everybody is uproar, calling it propaganda. It's not propaganda. I was an alcoholic like about 20 something years ago. People used to see me mumbling and shit down the street, and this is what I was mumbling about. What's happening today? So that's what I was mumbling about because I was seeing it before my very eyes. Like, like where did all these illegals come from? These wars and all this. They would say wars, propaganda, all this type of stuff. But remember those graphs? You need to look real close into what I'm going to show you. Fair use. Let's get into the show. Thank you. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Leave a comment. And let's get this show on the road. So right here, we're going to go right here and just get it over with. This one say billions for illegals, zero for Americans. And that's what
Black ass needs to.
I'm saying. See? There's always a connection.
We invited the public to
There's
face the
always a
truth they
connection.
didn't want to hear.
Empathize with illegal.
See? And they always come in with a good commercial, but now we're going to get it started.
This shows
Because
households
this is
receiving
how
welfare,
hot it is.
and it focuses in on the head of the household.
See? Y'all remember this chart. What the chart is showing, all right, now, I'm supposed to be person of color, but I'm really black. So if I'm on welfare at 39% rating, we're 11% of the population. Who is this other in the 39? Let's just round it off to say 10%. Who is the other 29%? That's Foundation Americanas up in there. It's Foundation Caucasians up in there. Who are the others? Let's see.
If the head of the household, shown in yellow, is an illegal immigrant, well, this, by the way, signifies U.S.-born immigrants. This shows how much you're receiving. But if the head of the household is an illegal immigrant, marked in orange, you can see how much more they are receiving.
A lot of money. And if you got 2 wives, that's a lot of money you can be stacking and crack-a-lacking and shacking. And you can just open up electronic stores, furniture stores, refrigerator store. No one would be the wiser because that man, they're not going to give him none of these benefits. Get it? That man that's from one of these illegal households, he ain't going to get none of those benefits. And they're not going to do no auditing for us to check up on the benefits. Just like we're not going to check how these lines are drawn out right out here now with all this gerrymandering. We just got to go with the status quo. So because now everybody voted, just kick back and listen how they're going to be shocked. Shocked. Okay. Be shocked. Be shocked because the HR departments are already changed. And you're not included. Thank you for your vote. Go over there and sit down. So here we go.
If someone in that household is illegal, more government services, from Medicaid to food to cash to housing, goes towards that household. The argument over health care is only one part of what we're doing to fund and incentivize illegal immigration.
Now, I've told you guys about this over and over and over again. I finally found the news segment that talked about this. I'm going to have to do some post editing so it's bigger because it's like really tiny on the screen. But understand, that this is a reality, guys. When I say that the people who are getting the most welfare are illegals or immigrants, they're not American people, understand that is a fact. This has been researched like over and over again. You may have not paid attention, been gaslighted to believe it's not true. I don't know.
And the gaslight always say, "Oh, it's their side. They funded to start that corporation and that website, and they put up this bogus stuff." And people that I know that work, y'all know that's a lie. Y'all really know that's a lie because every state have analysts and people on deck, and if you go to the downtown area, we see what's down there. We see what's down there. Down there. That's what we see. That's not the total package of what's receiving benefits. That's the total package of who's not getting benefits. That's the total package of who's not receiving benefits. And if there is, they're not getting much to pick up the so-called bed and walk. So let's get back to the show.
I just don't know. But understand what just happened as well, because take a look at this. So yesterday, the news report went out that Trump was going to use tariff money that has been coming in, like over 700 million, in order to fund SNAP, right? 700 million. I don't think it was 700 million. 700 million, right? But now today, and people were like, yay, SNAP is coming back. It's coming back. Is it though? Because look at this now. SNAP benefits, which increased by billions and billions of dollars, manyfold, during crooked Joe Biden's disastrous term in office, will be given only when the radical left Democrats open up government, which they can easily do, and not before. So that is coming from Trump, meaning that's off the table. That's off the table. Now, I've heard of Governor Westmore in Maryland is going to release up to $62 million in order to help fund SNAP, but it's not enough. And it would, you know what? It would be enough, possibly, right? If they did not have millions of illegals that are on the rolls. And I'm trying to pull up this video right here so you can understand how bad the situation is and how much they don't give a damn about the American people. They give a damn specifically about illegals. Why? Because illegals are the new voting bloc. Okay? They come here and they're giving everything. They're giving everything. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. No illegals. Why? Because illegals are the new voting bloc. Okay? They come here and they're giving everything. They're giving about the American people. They give a damn specifically about illegals. Why? Because illegals are the new voting bloc. Okay? They come here and they're giving everything. They're giving everything. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Now, some of these are going to be old videos, and by old, I like last year or earlier this year, because what do I always tell you? You have to go through history. You can't just take what anybody's saying now. You can't just take what the politicians are saying now. You've got to see the whole pattern. And
Do y'all see that map? Wow. Do y'all see that map? That map, wait. Oh, it's this way. That map. Wow. Let's get back to it. Okay?
I don't think a lot of people paid attention to it because it just seemed what they do is they lump everybody who is black, brown, or just
See that? Do you see that map? Look at that map. That map. That map is cold. Do y'all see it? Wow.
earlier this year, because what do I always tell you? You have to go through history. You can't just take what anybody's saying now. You can't just take what the politicians are saying now. You've got to see the whole pattern. And I don't think a lot of people paid attention to it because it just seemed what they do is they lump everybody who is black, brown, or just other than white as people of color, and they lump them all in the same group. Notice they don't say Americans of color, okay, which is derogatory. Okay, we're not just of color. All right, black people are different than Latino people. Like we all understand that, but that's what they do. Before I play this, this is what and when I say about people of color, this is what Chuck Schumer is out here talking about today, which he has said they know they're using the shutdown as leverage, and they don't care. They don't care if American people will suffer. They don't care if families will go hungry. They have said this. They need it for their leverage to enact their agenda. But listen to the specific language he uses. Okay, so when you say that, oh, Republicans hate black people, they don't like black people, look how they just lump you in with people of color, because make no mistake, their main focus is not your black behind. Their main focus are illegals. That's why you're lumped in there with people who are illegal of a completely different race, or because you're a black American, a foundational black American, and they happen to be a black person from Africa or the Caribbean, where we're all the same. We're just all people of color. There's no difference if you're American or not. This is how Democrats think, where one of the reasons I, support what has been going on specifically about the, the shutdown is because it is, I don't support it. Like, obviously I don't want anyone to go hungry or anything like that, but it is exposing the hypocrisy and lies and gaslighting coming from the left. They don't give a damn about you. If you are American, they don't care. They just want votes.
It's been clear. When we fight for democracy, when we protect democracy, we got to fight fire with fire. We're not going to stand idly by, as Maya said. We're not going to let them revert to Jim Crow. If you don't think they want to revert to Jim Crow, just look what they did in the SAVE Act, which went back to Jim Crow for the whole nation. By so making it hard, they said you need ID, and they made it so hard to show ID that probably half the people in America couldn't vote. We wouldn't let it pass. Democrats, they needed our vote. They went to court. Many of us, Durbin, myself, and others, were lead plaintiffs, and we beat them in court. But it shows why we need legislation. Because these guys are undoing everything in every way they can. They don't want poor people to vote. They don't want people of color to vote. They don't want Democrats to vote. They don't believe in democracy.
I mean, I couldn't even listen to it because it's a lot of gaslighting and it's meshes. He's not looking straight into the camera. He's looking all around the place. I don't hear nobody saying yay. These are just paid protesters. They're paid to stay there. Really, these are not people that showed up. Why they have to have somebody behind them? People of color, and they just nod their head. Money is funny, huh? They just look like an audience. This is like, but yet no one want to talk about how much stocks, how much money, how much funding that he got. They say it's propaganda. Why is the internet claiming that they're worth this much? But some of the stock people allegedly, apparently, see something's going on in the algorithm. The Pelosi and them allegedly have some type of stock market website page, but let's get to what this Proposition 60 is about. Fair use, go over there and check out the Melody King show. That was just too much gaslighting for me, man. I'm up here like, wow, that's a lot of gaslighting. Now we're going to get back into some other stuff. Let me see. Where's the other video? Where's my shades at? Okay, here it is. So let's look at. Should we look at ABC, because you know ABC does not want to come with a straight tongue. Fox. Oh, I can't say much about that. Let's just put in the thing to see what's going on. And see what we're going to get. We're going to go down the road. Uh, 1 hour ago, breaking news: California passed Proposition 50, handling of Democrats' victory. See, so it's going to help out a lot of legals, but trip this out.
Democratic Congressman Robert Garcia from Long Beach. He is now joining me live. Good to have you. Thanks so much for taking the time out.
Yeah, happy to be here. And I had the same experience. I went by a polling center in Long Beach, and the line was all the way around the block. I was very encouraged by that.
Yeah. Here we are in blue Los Angeles. With that said, your district, which is pretty blue right now, but if Prop 50 passes, you will inherit a whole lot of supporters of President Trump. This is from places like Newport Beach and Huntington Beach. How will you address their
Over a
concerns?
proposition when the state was read a few months ago.
Yeah, look, I think first Prop 50 is going to pass, in my opinion. I think the numbers are there. The polling's been right. I think a vast majority of Californians understand that this is a response to what Texas did, and quite.
And how is this a response with what another state did and other representatives from other states going haywire with the gerrymandering and changing their lines and say, oh, we can do a special election. So it's a lot of cheating. This is a lot of things that's just straight out of order. I really believe that they waited long enough for the 10 years of the census process to go by the Republicans, and then did they turn to change their lines because that's how Jasmine and some of them got into those seats. But no one don't want to talk about that. Need to research it. Till then, peace. Let's go to the next one. I wanted to look at. Man, it was on the tip of my tongue. Now that was a Republican person from Long Beach. Anyway, now what I say is that a lot of more states going to have to deal with whatever come out blue. See, you got to remember, the homeless crisis never got fixed. What has happened though is a whole lot of big buildings that's built up around in a lot of our states, and there's no occupants in them. Less occupants in them. So what's really going on with the homeless epidemic? Well, I may do a show on that another time. So let me get back on track to where I was, and let's have some fun now. All right, this one. Yeah, let's look at the food stamp on.
It's a basic human right. Okay.
Fair, fair use on Fox News and fair use on this one.
Food is a basic human right. Went to go get a sub because I'm like, hey, did it hit today? Oh, sorry, decline. I'm calling the number. They say I got the money. Oh, it's decline. I went to another store. I see this lady. She's using her food stamps. Decline. I'm like, oh, so it's not just me. Pulled up on TikTok saying there's a nationwide pause.
Fair use to red
Why
dot
won't they put it
sign.
on the app? I checked the app. They didn't tell people that there was a pause. They didn't say anything. And then now I hear that you can't buy candy, ice cream, or soda. So if I wanted some Ben & Jerry's, I can't get that either. How? Like, how? How? Why? My question is why?
Bye, Felicia.
Once they did away with the $5 footlongs, Subway became unaffordable to me. And then she's also talking about Ben & Jerry's. That's a very expensive ice cream. And it has been revealed that the people utilizing these benefits are eating better and spending more money on food than the people who are funding them. It's completely out of hand.
Yeah, them people really didn't give us our stamps. It's like day 2, you know what I'm saying? I get my first, you know what I mean? I'm first of the month around this. But it's the second, and I just went to go peek, and I'm like, maybe they would have gave a little sprinkle. My bad.
Well, it's like, it's like you see who she be listening to, sprinkle. You know how to get over on dates, and the way part about it, I thought when I was younger in high school, shoot, I thought dating had a expiration date. It just don't look like not in our culture. It's no expiration date. It's like they making dating apps. People can date all, just stay single and stay separated. Division. Don't even think family. Just date. But then the majority of men get tired of dating. So we just call it booty calling, calling and calling, calling. That's what some of them call it. Like the today generation just call swipe swipe because like if you're not serious, you're not serious. This is a game. This is like playing. We're still doing high school and schoolyard tactics and then club tactics. So I don't know. Okay. Well, then they find out. Wow, I didn't hit this so-called wall, and hey, you got to think of another thing. Think of another parameter of doing things. So let's get further away from this one. We're gonna just listen to this for about 30 seconds because that sprinkle, she ain't really got too much to say on much.
I done took my this be that they just built over here in Rockwall or whatever by my house. First of all, that packed this beautiful store, real nice in there, deals. But I couldn't indulge because I ain't got no yamps. I just spent cash money on 5 items out the store. Mind you, it was only $20, but I still got bills to pay. I still got my bills to pay.
And that's what a husband is for because see, a boyfriend, he only would do look so much. So a lot of individuals don't even under comprehend their archetype. Like if you was to ask her to rate herself, guess what? She'll say she's a 10. Can't win. Can't win. That would scare a lot of guys off. You're a 10? Oh shit. Man, you really were supposed to say, oh, we didn't hit the jackpot, but it's the femininity that's in. That's what we want to know. And that's leading up to this next clip. Go over there and check out this Red Dawn show. Uh, she has some more, and we may come back. So I see our girl Chantel Simone is up, so I gotta check in with her. She be she be putting some things into the chamber, and here we go. This one's funny, funny. Mm. This one is funny.
A sip of something. She gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date. And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make 50,000, but you live in a shoe, and now you got expendable cash. Or get you a bottom of the barrel bitch that's gonna date you when you have no.
Wow. No, you know.
Before she says something, now she's on that show. Now, what will she rate herself out of 10? Saying I'm bad, I got the complexion, and I'm bad, 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 bad. And then $50,000 a year is not enough, even with her salary. So we're supposed to spend, 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 and get no return. Mm. See, now the new Geiger counter for some of the guys, they looking to see where do you rate in femininity. That's what women should be thinking. Where do you rate with femininity? Because when she walked down the street and see that family of someone that have her same archetype, same complexion for the family, she needs to think, because up look, how old do she look? To me, she look like she probably 35, maybe 37. But boy, and then how many bodies been up on it? So let's get back to the show.
For me, it's the pot calling the kettle black. Because what if a man was supposed to come on and say, if you weigh over 200 pounds, you don't date? Hear me out. What do women look for in men? Ability to provide, financial stability, you provide, protect, lead, and teach. Now, she can criticize a man who is not making enough to provide. Because according to her, 50K can't provide. What do men look for in women? Fit, feminine, friendly. Look at her.
And we're just calling a spade a spade. Not even trying to throw any shade or anything, but it's the pot calling the kettle black, because just like how she can say a man who's making 50K is not qualified for a woman in this dating market, a woman that's over 200 pounds, then it's not qualified for a man in this dating market.
I said what I said.
They have so much energy to criticize men, what men are supposed to do, what men cannot do, what men are not qualified for, what men need to improve on, and they put no emphasis on themselves. Like, am I saying she has to be perfect to express her preferences? Absolutely not. But you coming up here on a platform to belittle men who are making 50K, meanwhile you're sitting well over 200 pounds. We are being generous with the 200 pounds. Like, come on now. Work on being the best version of yourself for the dating market before you come out with so much energy towards the opposite sex. And it's no shade. It's absolutely no shade. It's just, let's call it a spade a spade. A lot of these women have so much energy towards men without realizing that they themselves aren't even qualified for the men that they are criticizing. You are not qualified for a man who's making less than 50K. And can we even emphasize on that point, 50K? It's not what you make, it's what you keep. So not because a man is making 50K doesn't mean that he cannot provide and date and live a good life like he wants to. Like, come on now, they're just, that irritates me so much. Let's hear what the content creator had to say.
Society encourages poor women to date, but they'll try to shame you for being a low income earning man. We gotta bring back shame. Because if you're too poor to date, then a woman that's too fat shouldn't be dating either. And right now, I can see your lower body without even having to see it, because the top is telling me enough. We gotta start shaming these porkies, dog. It's enough is enough. They don't respect us, man. And they're never gonna respect us until we just start disrespecting them back. Like I said, we're sitting here letting these Instagram influencers and these podcast hosts come online time after time again and try to diss us. Look at her. You know why she's mad about a man making $50,000? Because you can't afford her weekly meals. Because a woman like this, she wants to go to this STK twice a week. She's eating good. She's not missing a meal. So it's not about your 50K. It's just that your 50K can't afford her weekly meals.
Yeah. And when she can't buy that weekly meal, somebody got to cook it. And if she's cooking, she's not cooking what she's going out there to buy. I mean, for real, you can look. And she's gonna just get bigger and bigger. How many trips do you think she's taking to the gym? Hmm? Maybe once or twice a month. I don't know.
Don't let these women shame you, gentlemen. The same woman telling you don't got enough money to get her, I promise you, she just got taken care of a bum. She just got done taking care of a bum. She take care of men. I know a girl that take care of men. There's a type of woman, dude was sleeping in her house for free. She was giving them lunch money. She was putting gas in their car. But all of a sudden now she's too good. No, gentlemen. Don't let the amount of money you make deter you from going out here and dating. I'm telling you right now. As long as you can pay for yourself, you can afford dates within your means, go out here and date. Enjoy yourself. Don't let women intimidate you, because these same women, they're just insecure about their own life. A woman that has money, prime example, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, she married a teacher. Now granted they're divorced, but she still married a teacher. So if Jeff Bezos' ex-wife is out here marrying a man that's making 50K, you think you're not good enough too?
No, you know what it is? These women.
So, go over there and check out the rest of that show. I just had to get that out because this is like, hey, it's just too much. It's just too much. So, hey, so what I said, let's get back to the main part of the title, I guess. Millions for illegals. Ain't this fun? Millions. All right, let's rephrase it. That received snaps and full stamp. So we finna see what Elon Musk said. Just keep an open mind.
So Elon Musk went on a podcast and said the reason the government is shut down for 1 month is because undocumented immigrants are accepting SNAP, food stamps, and the Republicans are making a stand. The reality is undocumented immigrants cannot get food stamps. It's impossible. What does happen is undocumented immigrants come to the United States, maybe they give birth. That unborn child, who will be an American citizen under birthright citizenship, is entitled to medical care, which is Medicaid, and food stamps when that child is born. So if an undocumented immigrant gets pregnant in the U.S., they'll get Medicaid for their pregnancy for the benefit of the unborn U.S. citizen child, and that U.S. citizen child would be eligible for food stamps after he or she is born. So here's where the government shutdown, birthright citizenship, and undocumented immigrants converge. Let me know what you think in the comments.
So let me know what you think in the comments. Say something, somebody. So they're trying to tell me this at work that they can't get it. Yeah, by just being over here. But you can get it when that child is born. And rest for sure. Some of them coming here already plump and ready to spit that child out at any given day now. So that's why it's a rush job to try to get some of these people up out of here before some birthright citizenship type of stuff try to jump off. And that was just a little clip of that right there. But let's get to the next one. Okay? 1 hour ago. Hey, you on this one that I'm putting this on.
Promise we're going to hit that breaking news as a judge has now officially ordered the federal government to use funds for SNAP benefits. Want to put up this live vantage point that we have there in Washington, D.C. Of course, we had been waiting for.
There he is. This is Fox News, and it came up an hour ago. So let's check it out.
For this judgment, as those SNAP benefits, also known as food stamps, were set to expire tomorrow, November 1st. And so many were facing questions of how they would continue to feed themselves. But just coming there from Boston, judges have now ordered the federal government to use contingency funds for SNAP food aid payments during this shutdown. And so to talk a lot more about what we're seeing here, how this was set up, and how we got to the point that we're at now, I want to bring into the conversation legal analyst Nima Rahmani. Nima, thanks so much for being with us.
Now, in a lot of these jobs in different states and countries, look at that name there. Anila Arimana Legal Armani, a legal analyst. A lot of them are analysts when they come from like other countries and other backgrounds and other ethnic groups. On all these jobs, a lot of them get a chance to be an analyst, and a lot of black women does too. Whether they qualify for it or not, DEI. So let's chime in on this. This is what they don't want you to see in the city and county and state and federal sectors. Okay? Oh, I'm struggle streaming. Let me get back to it.
Perfect timing, as this news just came out a few minutes ago that SNAP benefits have now been ruled by this federal judge to continue to go while the government is shut down.
Christina, thanks for having me. And you're right, breaking news. And this is something we've been following for the past more than 24 hours now.
Not only have something like an Armenian name, but now everybody knows everything about the South Central streets and the other streets now. Don't the brother does sound rather moisty. So let's get into it, man.
Many of us expected a ruling yesterday, but Judge Talwani in Massachusetts issued her ruling today. And it really comes down to those contingency funds in the Department of Agriculture. So obviously we know there's a government shutdown, and Congress can pass a spending bill, a continuing resolution, standalone legislation related to these SNAP benefits. But this isn't politics, this is the law. And approximately half the states in the District of Columbia, they filed a lawsuit challenging the Department of Agriculture's refusal to release these contingency funds. Now, we're talking about more than $5 billion. Seems like a lot of money, but the SNAP program costs the department approximately $8.5 to $9 billion a month. So this will only get us through a few weeks, but the Department of Agriculture's position has been that these contingency funds can only be used for an emergency. And they describe that emergency to be a natural disaster, not something political like a government.
Wow, didn't you see that shopper with the habab or whatever that thing? Yeah, this is what we've been looking at before getting into COVID and coming out. It's like everybody's everywhere now. Okay, wow, and, and we walk around acting as if we don't see this.
Shutdown. But the judge apparently disagreed, and she ruled that this is the type of emergency that would require the release of those contingency funds.
All right, so feel free to go over there and check out. Feel free to go over there and check out that update. Golly, let's look at another one. That was Fox News. I mean, like, woo. Let me see if there's some more crazy ones up in here. Yeah, this one. That's Red Dawn Daily. Let's get back to that. Now we're going to get back to that now.
Keep your in-laws from.
And who knows how many bank accounts and their 2-3 kids are multiple wives and with the Pakistan, Afghanistan.
And then you go Black Americans. So as you can see, when you look at the top groups of people in our country that are receiving food stamps, Afghans are receiving food stamps at a 45% clip. Somalians are receiving it at a 42.4% clip. Iraqis as well at 34, almost 35%. Haitians at 23%. And Dominican at 34% and Caribbeans at 28%. You got to get to number 6 before you see an American, which these people happen to be Native Americans. And then you obviously have your Puerto Ricans who are Americans as well. But then you go Cubans and then you go Black Americans. So when you look at this and you look at who the taxpayers are actually taking care of, yeah, it's
Now, look at that line. And if we're number 6 to take all the other lines and make them real long, and our line, if we're 10% of the Black Americans, and then let's say, okay, that the Mexicana, Foundation Mexicana, Americanos, is the same 10%. Still, Foundation Mexicanos and Foundation Black and Foundation Caucasians, there's no comparison. All the other lines have an opportunity to do some crazy things in this country, and it will look like they got it from the mud. Let's listen to what this youngster is finna say one more time.
pretty interesting. But let's get back to this, brother. Let's continue to let him cook.
Because if I'm looking at this report that says 51% of the total number of people that are receiving these SNAP benefits are purely because of their religious beliefs, meaning these people are Muslims or from the Islamic religion, Islamic countries. They're from Pakistan, Afghanistan, Somalia, these places. And they're receiving these benefits purely because, for one, their women aren't allowed to work. Their women are allowed to have multiple children. They are 100% supposed to be home to cherish and nurture their children. Their husbands are allowed to have multiple wives, and with those multiple wives having multiple children, meaning they're getting multiple thousands of dollars per month. And if you think about it, it makes total sense why the Americans that are getting the pocket change, who are not having kids, and even if they're having kids, they got like 2-3 kids, and then their 2-3 kids are disabled, right? And then they're the ones making all the noise because they're getting pocket change when these people from the Islamic countries are getting thousands and thousands of dollars, and they're in a household with 3 other women that are filing for these benefits as head of the household.
They ain't filing for divorce. They filing for benefits. They ain't filing for no divorce. They understand the script. That's how crazy the script. They're like, shit, they over here looking at these white folks and these black folks and Foundation Black Americans and Foundation Mexicano Americans and said, man, as y'all flip y'all lid.
So in the one house, there are 4 wives getting like 4 or 5 grand a pop because they have like 4 or 5 kids a pop, right? And their husbands are just going out to these meetings trying to convert more people. But at the end of the day, they're getting like $15,000-$20,000 a month for the one household. And who knows how many bank accounts they have. No wonder when I see these people going out on vacation,
yeah,
they're just so comfortable. And it's like irritating, but at the end of the day, this shit needs to stop, because a lot of these people came here, right? They came here seeking better, but then they came here to live the same way and the same rules, live by the same rules that made their country turn into shit in the first place. And it's not just the Islamic people, because there are a lot that are from the Caribbean, who are doing the same shit. And like I said, it is wild to me, because they came here to seek better, but their version of better is to come here and lay up under these roofs and make these babies and live off of hardworking taxpayers. The crazy, crazy part is the loud ones are the ones benefiting or getting the least of the benefits.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And I know some of y'all been saying like, oh, y'all see the signs. Oh, my husband is out of work, can't eat, can't feed his food, and probably got a house full of food. They don't never look like they out there starving. So, hey, feel free to go over here and check out the righteous perspective. And this is like, wow. Wow. Let's hear them cook.
Pretty crazy that this is going on, but these people.
Wait a minute. I'll start the streaming again.
Received the game, I would assume, from some family members and from some of the treasonous individuals that work within our government. And they got the game, and they have a full understanding that, hey, we don't have to work here in America. The taxpayers will work. We will be able to receive all the benefits that we want. We'll scam the system when we get an opportunity to do so. And we're going to live our lives the way that we want to live our lives. We don't have any intent on assimilating or paying into or contributing to the system. We're only here to take, and we're only here to destroy. That's what people need to understand. But I'll need you to check this clip out from News.
Wow. That sounds like some Marxist fascism shit right there, man. Wow. I can't believe this. We're just here to skim off the system.
42 million people in this country that need food stamps on a weekly basis. And we're saying people deliberately instead of Americans, because most of the people that are on food stamps aren't even from this country. 45% of Afghanistan immigrants are on food stamps, 42% of Somali immigrants, 34% of every immigrant from Iraq, 23% of Haitians, 59% of all illegal aliens are collecting food stamps, meaning that most of the people getting food stamps from the U.S. government and the U.S. taxpayer are not even Americans. Thank you.
And then my friends are going to be in that store, and you're not going to even look to see what they pull out their wallet. I dare you. Dare you. Look and see what they pull out their wallet. Look and see what's really in their basket. How many milks is over there? If you see 3 or 4, get behind them in line and watch.
About that. And we didn't know about any of this before the government shutdown.
Look at this. The yellow color is American citizens. The blue color is illegal immigrants. The orange color is illegal aliens. Look at this. Food. 48% of illegal aliens are receiving SNAP benefits. Are you kidding me?
So, it's going around, and fair use. Go over there and check out his show. It is a trip. So, man, I don't know what else to show y'all. Let me see if I can find something and see what our girl Red Dawn and them been up to. Yeah, about the Red Table Talk, because I know. Oh, I know which one I wanted, and this is gonna be the one because he did a 35-minute clip, and it's right here. It caught me off guard. Where is that? This one. Fair use. Very. This came out six days ago. And I haven't saw it. I mean,
provide capital efficient.
Hearing from this union, as you said, Everett Kelly, you called him a good leader, hearing them effectively side with Republicans and the president, does that have an impact on you?
Of course it does. I felt strongly for this union. Everett's a friend and is doing a good job, but we also feel strongly for these families and the possibility that other Republican actions are going to be closing hospitals and clinics and nursing homes across this country. This is a crisis situation. We should resolve it as quickly as possible.
It does not change the strategy that Democrats have employed so far when it comes to this shutdown, stare down.
No, as a matter of fact, I think we can resolve this matter as soon as the president's willing to sit down with Republican leaders and Democratic leaders.
One of the problems, actually the big problem that the Democrats have had is that they can't sign the continuing resolution. That's why this entire thing started, because they couldn't, because it cuts all of that money off for the newcomers. And as soon as
so go over there and check out some of Barry Cunningham's script, Fair Use, and we're gonna see if we can find another one. Well, that's enough. I just wanted y'all to see that clip. We may have some of his stuff coming up pretty soon. And let's see what Red Table Talk been talking about, because like Barry, he be going hard in the paint. He even had some of the Republicans and people, actual people that in his cabinet on his show. So I want to see what our girl been coming up with too, because I haven't been seeing her play anything. Red Cup Talk with Mika. This is like 3 months ago. Let's go back. Fresh stuff 6 days, no snap. Oh man, she haven't been doing her nothing. 1 day ago, decided for democracy. Yeah, this is 1 day ago.
everybody? It's your girl Mika, and you're watching the Red Cup Podcast, where truth, pop culture, and politics meet.
Whoa, she got some hot stuff coming now. Tell us about
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mika, and we're back for another Red Cup Talks because this is where truth, pop culture, and politics meet. And it is Monday, Mika Mondays. That's what we're calling it. Thank you to everybody who's pulling up. I see you guys in the chat. Thank you so much. It was a phenomenal weekend for news and for entertainment. I mean, it was just awesome. Okay, if you were sick in the house, it was awesome. What's going on, everybody in the chat? How you guys feeling? It is so earlier today, I saw this on X. Now, you know how California is. All of the weirdness is in California. California has the weird people. California has all the weird laws. California, okay? Now, what happened earlier that was posted to X was that a woman saw a man in her bathrooms and she went off. All right. And it went viral all over X. I want you guys to see exactly what she had to say during, like what happened during this, all this altercation, and then what she had to say after. Here we go.
Coach men, grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know. The fuck? Everybody saw that man in the fucking locker room. No one's saying shit. And I'm fucking done with it. It's fucking stupid. It's dangerous. Me naked in front of a man without my permission. But I ain't the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room. And that goes Jim.
So if you can't hear what she's saying, she's basically saying that she's being terminated from Gold's Gym because there is a man in the locker room and she's complaining about it. She's absolutely making a fuss about a man in the locker room.
Damn. Because she like, damn, I didn't want this time to be discussing the DICK, let alone be shocked by seeing it. I mean, man. So homeboy back there, hey, sister. She must went, oh my God. For real?
Room, okay? And we all know what man in the locker room means, okay? It means trans, or it means, it could be cross-dresser, because I don't know if he actually identifies as a woman. Okay, like it's just so much that goes into all of that. But these spaces are supposed to be for women. Okay, for women. I mean, you're always going to be, it's facts. Okay, so I'm with her 100%. Okay, and I told you guys, we've covered, LGBTQIA plus. To everyone, we've covered all of those types of topics over and over again here, right? And here's the thing about it. A lot of gay and lesbian, people don't like what's going on with the trans movement, okay? They don't like the trans movement attaching themselves to it's just a lot. And a lot that goes on with the trans movement uses, that trans movement to do whatever agenda they want to do, okay? You got the stuff that's going on with the kids and the puberty blockers and, just all types of nonsense. Non-binary kids can consent, kids can do this, people can do that. It's just, it's too much going on. Absolutely not. So I agree. And then what is this? Do you guys see what because he's still like, he's a man. I mean, you're always going to be, a man, or if you don't like that, you're always going to be XY. But
of the field, and that's it.
And how late it was in the game. Some question why Daniels was still on the field for the play. That was the question reporters asked Coach Dan Quinn directly in a post-game press conference. This was his response.
Obviously, I'm just gutted by it and just bummed.
In this building is that they want me here. They like the job I'm doing. I like the job I'm doing. I'll say this. I like the job and the people that I work with. So I don't know what to tell you. I I don't know what to tell you about it. But what I'm hearing in the building is.
Last but not least on the shots here, we're going to get into Wig, okay? Miss Wig on the news.
What is this?
And that is Gayle King. So I did not know that, Gayle King was, having issues over there at CBS. But apparently TMZ caught up with her, and this is what she had to say. Here we go.
Hi, good morning, Miss King. Nice
Good
to
morning,
see
Tiffany.
you. How are you? So
Good to
it
see
was
you.
very, very shocking to see those reports yesterday. We're all wondering if you might be going in another direction. Do you have an answer as of yet?
No, all I can say is this. From what I'm being told inside this building, take a shot, 524 West 52nd Street. All I've been told by everybody in this building is that they want me here. They like the job I'm doing. I like the job I'm doing. I'll say this, I like the job and the people that I work with. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you about it. But what I'm hearing in the building is not what I'm reading in the press. And what I'm not going to do is negotiate in the media. Not doing that.
All right. Do you have an idea like what things might look like in May if the show's going in another direction?
I have no idea.
No idea.
All I know is I am
Oh,
here.
they must be silently
here,
getting
like-
ready to get rid of it.
I'm happy to see that, Miss
Bye,
King.
Tiffany.
About to be
Bye.
cut.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Meet Gym Monster 2, your all-in-one smart home gym. Set it up anywhere, no limits.
Child. So Gayle King is being reported as possibly being on the chopping block to be fired from CBS in the morning show. Gayle King has the worst interviews, okay? Like,
Wow, so go over there and check out Red Cup Talks with Mika. And man, I just wanted to see a little spill out there on the streets. It's coming up on 11th. It is 11th. So until then, hey, recovery is an inside job. I turned it into like a variety type of show and some updates. Stuff at the end. I'm gonna start do some more polishing and investigating and research to see if there's some more things attached to that. So, hey, it's getting late. See y'all later tomorrow. Remember, recovery is an inside job, and your boy